Manchester United have beaten Chelsea 2-1 at Old Trafford in a very chaotic game, but a well-deserved victory by Manchester United. Goals from Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes in the first half against a 10-man Chelsea put us over the line. Of course, the consolation from Chalobah put us under a lot of pressure in the second half, but we held on in the end in a well-deserved victory. There is a fundamental change in the way the left and the right centre-back played today as opposed to how they performed against Man City. And I believe this was the key, the absolute key in how we played against Chelsea, and it helped us win the game. In today's analysis, we will focus on the key difference between the Man City game and the Chelsea game, how the left and right centre-back performed then and how they performed now, and how and why this was important to Manchester United's success against Chelsea. We will talk about the level of aggression, we will talk about the passing, we will talk about the overall performance of Ligt Shaw and Delights today, focusing primarily on Delights because I believe Delights had an amazing game. We will also focus on the key reasons why Delights and Ligt Shaw both had a great game today, and why it's important that both the left centre-back and the right centre-back are aggressive in the way that they play. The key roles of the left and the right centre-back in Amorim's system. Now, one of the key duties of the left and the right centre-back in Amorim's system is to occupy the half space, is to be aggressive, and is to close the man down who is occupying the half space. Often they are the free man. And if you are the free man, and we know Manchester City especially like to play between the lines in these areas here. Delights and Ligt Shaw, the right and the left centre-back, their role really is to dominate this area. Close your man down very quickly. Don't give him time to turn. Don't give him time to think. Also, one of the key roles of the right and the left centre-back is to play penetrating passes. Passes either directly to the 10s or directly to the strikers. They are supposed to be aggressive, dominate the half spaces, occupy the half spaces, and also move forward. It's very, very important that both the right and the left centre-back do this in Amorim's system. As you can see, when it works well, when Ligt Shaw, when Delights, when our right and left centre-back are aggressive, they will attack the man in the half spaces who is standing between the lines, be aggressive and shut down the attack. Defensively, that's what they're supposed to do. In an ideal world, they're supposed to dominate this area of the field, as I said before, the half spaces. And that is why they need to be aggressive. They need to be the type of footballers who are not afraid to leave their positions, are not afraid to join the midfield, not afraid to attack a space that need to be attacked. They need to have mobility. These are some of the requirements that we need from the right and left centre-back. From my perspective, I think it is clear that Ruben Amorim wants more aggression from his right and left centre-back. He routinely talks about how aggressive Martinez is and talks about how he's a first-team player and how he can't wait for Martinez to come back. I think it's important that after he said those quotes, Ligt Shaw today, in my opinion, was the most aggressive he's been in a Manchester United shirt in years. So, aggression, dominating the half spaces, closing a man down, not being afraid to leave their position, to move into a different position, to occupy a different space if need be. He wants the right and left centre-back to be intelligent enough to understand when to go, when to stay, when to go forward and attack. Because of course, if you go forward and you leave your position, there will be space in behind for the opposition to run into. So you have to be really, really intelligent. Remember, this is what we want the right and left centre-back to do. in reality, against Manchester City, this is what happened. Pep was really smart. Pep Guardiola understood that he needs to pin the right and left centre back, essentially. And what that did was allow Manchester City to play between the lines. By pinning Luke Shaw and De Ligt back, occupying them, stopping them from moving forward, stopping them from occupying this space, Man City were then able to play between these lines. And in fact, their first goal came from Shaw being occupied and Doku being the free man between the lines. Man City occupied these spaces well, pinned Luke Shaw and De Ligt back well. They weren't able to be aggressive, and therefore Man City largely dominated this area of the field. So, while Pep Guardiola used the tactic of pinning our right and left centre-back back, stopping them from going forward, stopping them from attacking the man who is standing between the lines, they weren't able to do that. Pep did that really well. However, Chelsea didn't do that. And in fact, both De Ligt and Luke Shaw had a lot of joy. They were aggressive, and that is the key word. It will be the key word. And they were penetrative. They penetrated with their passes, but also penetrated with their movement and the runs that they made. Against Chelsea, both Luke Shaw and De Ligt were able to make runs and occupy the full length of the pitch. As you guys can see, this is the vertical pathway, or the vertical space in which the right and the left centre-back operate in. This is their domain. This is where the manager wants them to occupy. And in the game against Chelsea, they bombed forward and they bombed backwards, similar to how the wingback does. And in fact, many times in the game, you saw De Ligt occupy the wingback position, and you saw De Ligt deliver many crosses from the inside right channel. This was not a mistake, guys. This was not a mistake. Against Chelsea, both De Ligt and Luke Shaw, but especially De Ligt, marshalled these zones perfectly. Bombing forward and then running back when need be. The aggressive nature of the right and left centre-back against Chelsea made De Ligt occupy very advanced positions. And not only were they brave, they were adventurous. They wanted to attack. Many times we saw De Ligt in this position, occupying this space, delivering crosses into the box. We often saw De Ligt move in this area here of the pitch. Sometimes he'd be here, but either way, he occupied this zone when we attacked. This was very interesting, and I think this was a deliberate instruction from the manager. I think De Ligt today, as I said again, was absolutely amazing. His passing was top notch. His aggression, excellent. His decision making, really good. And when he found himself in the advanced positions, he usually made the right decision. He played very well at right centre back. The aggression, guys, the aggression that we needed was present today. Not against Man City, no, but against Chelsea, it was there. And no other situation embodies that aggression than Luke Shaw's header for Manchester United's second goal. I think Luke Shaw grew about 3 feet. He leaped in the air. He wanted it more than the Chelsea defenders. He outjumped all of them. He was aggressive and he headed the ball towards Casemiro. I think that right there embodied the difference between how the right and left centre-back performed against Man City versus how they performed against Chelsea. Now, while that one action, I believe, embodied everything that I just said, I just want to show you just a few screenshots to reaffirm my tactical analysis. So let's just have a look at De Ligt. Here you can see De Ligt in a very advanced position. He is about to put in a cross with his right foot towards the back post. Once again, another screenshot showing De Ligt in a very advanced position inside right channel, about to deliver another cross. Coincidence? And once again, another screenshot, people. De Ligt, same position, inside right channel, about to deliver another cross. And in this scenario, we see De Ligt in his right centre-back position, going long, sending a beautiful pass straight to the striker. And in this move, De Ligt finds himself almost in the right wing-back position. So going back to the tactical board, we can see from the tactical board and also from watching the game that both De Ligt and Shaw did their job. They did their job really, really well. Marshaled the area vertically, the vertical pathways as I call them. And also anytime that Chelsea tried to get between the lines, they will pounce, try to be aggressive and attack the ball. So to summarize, to conclude, we only focused today on the difference between the Man City game and the Chelsea game with respect to the right and the left centre back. And I believe that change was key, important, essential for us winning the game. The role of De Ligt and the role of Luke Shaw today. Luke Shaw got an assist. Luke Shaw got an assist, so that vindicates my point. It was a stark difference. A huge difference in the approach. As I said before, the aggression. The manager wants more aggression from the right and the left centre back. The manager wants these two players to occupy the spaces between the lines, to attack the ball. De Ligt found himself in very, very good attacking positions today. For me, was the man of the match. And in my opinion, I think that he gets some really, really unfair criticism. De Ligt was absolutely amazing today. And I know there are many other aspects of the game that we could analyze together, but I just really wanted to focus on that specific position. As usual, guys, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. If you agree with my analysis, if you disagree with my analysis, please let me know. Comment below, like and share the video, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys next time for more tactical breakdowns.